Chile, Japan, Spain, United States, Italy, France, Chile, Chile, Italy, France, Chile, 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 France. We have to celebrate this. In June of 2019, back then, the president for the Argentinian Republic, Mauricio Macri, made an official visit to Japan and witnesses what was called the Argentine Week Fair at a store of a supermarket chain called Ito-Yokado in Osaka Prefecture. They showed, for example, Argentinian exportations were opening up to Japan and would be arriving caramel, dulce de leche, meat, wine, honey to the country. Even so, that week, they were serving Argentinian food, like empanadas, because these are supermarkets that also sell prepared meals. And then, everyone was saying, oh, finally, they'll be able to eat Argentine barbecue in Japan, and, you know, with Argentinian beef. However, it didn't turn out as expected. The field that I want to arise now is, how easy is it to find Argentinian products in Japan? So, well, I went to one of these Ito-Yokado stores, which is close to my house, about a mile and a half away. I went there and started checking the shelves and refrigerators. This meat is from Australia. Australia, 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 Australia. All this meat is from Australia. This one is domestic, Japanese. United States, Japan. Japanese meat is 400 grams for $37, but well, Japanese meat is more expensive than the others. All of this is from the United States. The same with caramel, dulce de leche. I didn't find any dulce de leche, and what I did find was Argentine honey. And I didn't just find it there, I found it in several places, several supermarkets in my area. In all of them, in almost all of them, there was honey from Argentina, although most of it was from China. But it really caught my attention because when it comes to Chinese honey, well, I can recommend a series of documentaries on Netflix called Rotten, which in the first episode talks about honey exportations. And well, China is the largest honey producer in the world, by far. Because you can see in the graphs of honey exporters worldwide, and Argentina is always in second or third place, from second to fourth place, always competing there, and China is always in first place, but with 3 times the exports. It turns out that apparently Chinese honey is adulterated honey, in which they use rice syrup as a replacement, I don't know what else. And well, the thing is that Argentine honey, just like Canadian honey and from other countries, is very present in Japan for those who want to get a more real, pure, quality honey, let's say. Now this little bit of honey costs $6 and contains 245 grams. The Chinese one has twice as much and costs $1 more, 500 grams. Now the big jar, how much does it contain? 800 grams costs $16. $16 for 800 grams. This honey from Bangladesh costs $8, 650 grams. Argentinian honey is the most expensive for what I can see. The Chinese one, $7, so actually 50 cents more than the previous one, and it contains 1 kilogram. It's incredible. A product that was always available in Japan, but I don't know why, lately I haven't seen it much, is the bonobon. The famous bonobon arrived in Japan at least 5 years ago, and it was very easy to find. I could find it in any konbini, the Japanese convenience stores. But I don't know what happened, that lately I haven't seen it, I haven't found it anywhere. There were bonobon flavors, matcha, and a not-so-classic flavor, as the classic would actually be the soft bonobon. And well, from what I was able to find out, because it's also a very complicated topic, one of the main things imported from Argentina, aside from honey, are the shrimps.
Argentinian beef in Japanese supermarkets. Do you know how much is it gonna cost a kilogram of our meat?
Let's see.
Argentinian meat is no more and no less than $100. That's it. And Argentinian meat also arrived at the shelves of a big Japanese supermarket at $100 per kilogram of meat. It's a competitive price. It appears that in Japan, prices remain 20 to 60% higher.
Pay the money.
Which was a huge misinformation, since Argentinian meat is not only as expensive, but it also wouldn't make sense to sell a kilogram for $100. The price for a kilogram of Wagyu itself, the Japanese meat, the famous marbled Wagyu, which is super expensive, that one can actually be about $100 per kilo. But the main consumed meat in Japan is imported because it's cheaper than domestic production. I mean, domestic meat production is like a premium level, but imported meat isn't like that. How much was a kilogram of Argentinian meat? First of all, it wasn't sold by kilograms. Here, it's sold in 100 grams, let's say. Here's as an example. This Argentinian meat was purchased by Fuchi at a nearby Ito-Yokado supermarket from his place. And if you look closely at this part here, 310 g, that's 310 grams. On top of that, it says 100 g, 170, well, that's 170 yen for every 100 grams. 170 yen would be about $1.50 per kilogram, more or less. 1,000 grams is about 1,700 yens. $15 per kilogram, roughly. In fact, among the videos shown on the news about meat exportations, they clearly show signs that say 100 grams, 170 yens. That would be the price with tax. The price above, which says 158, would be without tax. Therefore, a kilogram would cost 1,700 yens, or about $17. I don't know what the problem in the information was, how it got out, but everyone was saying that the meat cost $100, which isn't true. And well, since I saw that there wasn't a variety of Argentine products, I went to another supermarket in a chain called Don Quixote. That, well, it's a store that sells everything, including a supermarket section where I found Argentine honey. At one point, we even managed to find, long time ago, we found Quilmes beer sold in cans. We don't see it anymore nowadays, though. We don't look for it either. And when it comes to wine, I checked all the supermarkets, and the good thing is that I don't have to check every single bottle. Because on the label where the price is on the shelf, it also says where the wine comes from. Well, here the wine thing is easier. It has the flags right here. There are some from Chile. Chile, Australia, Chile. It's full of Chilean wine. Australia, Italy, a bit of France. White wine, France, Chile. Spain, there are 4. Well, one is already gone. Italy. There's another one from Spain. Here, this shelf is all Brazilian products. Brazil, yes, you could say that at least in this store it's quite prominent. There's breadcrumbs, a giant container of garlic, wine vinegar, cheese, jello, pasta, lentils. And this is the best one, chorizos. The chorizos. How much is a pack of chorizo? $8, $12, $5. That's fine. 4, pretty good price. 10 chorizos that come with stick, that's good. Huh. What is this? Ah, frozen chicken. Another data that I found on the internet was that, apparently, Japan has a self-sufficiency rate of only 30%. Therefore, Japan imports 70% of the food it consumes. I mean, not the final product itself. For example, something as basic as soy sauce, which is highly used in Japan, and is as basic as salt here. The origin of soybeans is the United States and Canada. And about 2 weeks later, after getting this haircut that Laura did for me, I went back to this Ito-Yokado supermarket. And also because I had seen a post that supposedly said there was Argentinian caramel, dulce de leche, at Ito-Yokado. So I went, and I found this. Let's try it. Nothing to do with it. It's good. It's really good, but it's not the same. This is something else. This isn't dulce de leche. It's called caramel dulce.
Oh la la, Mr. French.
In Japan, they produce... It's not super popular. It's not sold everywhere, but they produce milk jam. Muruku Yamu is one of the most popular ones.
The praline has flavor.
The what?
Praline.
Praline? For example, when you go to a Starbucks or a coffee shop and order a caramel latte, that's what this flavor is, just a bit more liquidy. It's tasty, but it's far from the flavor that us, the Argentinians, know. But this is Japanese production. It's made with Japanese milk, processed and packaged in Japan. Yes. But the thing is, when we want to have dulce de leche, what we do is buy one at the supermarket. A can of condensed milk is boiled for about 3 hours, and then, like magic, you open the can and it's dulce de leche. It's the cheapest, easiest, and most convenient way we have to get dulce de leche like the one from Argentina. San Ignacio dulce de leche, which has 450 grams. If you can find it, it costs about $6. The Argentine beef commonly available at Ito-Yokado are these two shown in the photo. At Ito-Yokado, where the president was, yes, there were a couple more cuts, but obviously none that costs $100 per kilogram. And well, anyway, we really wanted to eat some beef, something a bit more Argentinian. So I cheated and went to a Brazilian store near home. And there they sell good products, mostly Brazilian, and also some Peruvian products. Argentinian products. I'm not sure if I've ever actually saw an Argentinian product at that store. I bought sausages, and there were some from Brazil and from Peru, so we tried a Peruvian one. Screw cap. Homemade chimichurri made by Lore. I never drink wine either. Now I'm gonna mix it with Coke because you won't really taste the wine anyway. It'll hit better with Coke. Very good chorizo. Hey, what a good chorizo. The Peruvian chorizo is really good. The thing is that, unfortunately, I don't know. I think it was a bit overhyped. It was actually good. When Macri came to Japan, it was said that he was the Argentinian week fare. And that was limited to that week. Nothing more than that. Or at least what I want to show in this video is not about that Argentina isn't exporting anything. Obviously, Japan is very far away. But the thing is that at least it's not of easy access. Because a whole lot of people were saying, oh, finally they'll be able to have Argentine dulce de leche, Argentine beef, Argentine wine, and so on. But here, at least where we are, which is a pretty populated city, we're right next to Tokyo. And no, we haven't found anything else but honey in our area. But yes, I give faith that Argentinian honey is definitely available. And that was all. So, well, thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe, hit the bell, leave your comment of outrage about us not finding Argentinian products, and well, nothing else. That's it. Remember that we have Patreon, because I did not mention Patreon no more, but there are a lot of ideas and projects ahead, and with your support on Patreon, we can improve the content. See you next time. Bye.